Match of the season, 1987-88. 8th of March 1988, Burnley 0, Town 0, Sherpa Vans Trophy. The competition that began life as a Football League Group Cup, then the Associate Members Cup, was now under the guise of the Sherpa Van Trophy. For all teams, the early stages were poorly supported, with interest only mounting once there was a glimmer of Wembley's Twin Towers. Over the years, Halifax Town's record in the competition was actually quite good. They regularly progressed beyond the qualifying stage, and this season showed signs that they might go all the way. They had topped their group thanks mainly to a 3-0 home win over Scunthorpe, before a crowd of just 686. In the knockout stage, they'd seen off Chesterfield and Darlington to reach the Northern Area semi-final for the first time. Standing in between them and a place in the Northern final were the local enemy, Burnley. Brian Miller's Clarets had got this far by overcoming Tranmere and Rochdale in their group, then beating both Chester and Bury. For the meeting with Halifax, they enjoyed home advantage, but for the Shaymen, that mattered little. They were being cheered on by an army of around 1,000 mad-keen supporters who were not too bothered at having to make the 20-mile journey across the Pennines. The 10,222 that watched the game were treated to a classic, with the action fast and furious and no quarter asked or given. It was the Shaymen, though, who looked the better side. They eventually outfought the home side, creating the better openings, and in the last half hour of the 90 minutes almost dominated the proceedings. Town included debutant Pete Duffield on loan from Sheffield United, and it was from his cross in the 85th minute that Town came close to scoring. Skipper Phil Brown met it, but his header came back off the bar. The game went into extra time, but there were still no goals, and in the end a pulsating game came down to penalties. It was there that Town's dream ended, with Burnley's Ray Deakin, Sean Magore, Ian Britton and George Hokane all scoring with their kicks, and Brown, Dean Martin and Mick Matthews netting for Town. The Clarets led 4-3. There were gasps on the terraces when boss Billy Eyre instructed keeper Paddy Roach to take Town's next kick, especially as strikers Duffield, Neil Matthews, Wayne Allison, Terry McPhillips and Rick Holden were all eligible to take one. Roach crashed his kick against the crossbar. All it was needed was for Paul Comstive to net Burnley's last kick, which he did to ensure the side went through. Roach and Halifax Town were left cursing that penalty miss. The Evening Courier described it as a folly, but Burnley were not complaining. They overcame Preston in the two-legged Northern final to meet Wolves in the final at Wembley. There, luck deserted Burnley. Steve Bull and Andy Much scored Wolves' goals. Halifax Town team that night: Paddy Roach, Phil Brown, Barr, Mick Matthews, Fleming, replaced by Neil Matthews, Lee Richardson, Dean Martin, Formber, replaced by McPhillips, Duffield, Wayne Allison and Rick Holden.